Jen? Ha!
I made a promise to myself that I will never cry on camera. For some reason, people on social media like to see themselves crying and then record it and then they talk about what they're crying about. I told myself I'm not going to do that, so I'm not going to. The King's Game is one of the most... Something's in my face. It's one of the most gut-wrenching, manipulative, what? Mind effing, whatever you want to call it, man. Like, this anime, to be 12, I think it was 12 episodes. Now, y'all gotta understand something. When I watch these shows, I'm binging. So I am in the universe. It's not like, oh, I'm watching once a week. No, I'm in there. So stuff hits me a little harder. This anime is so grueling. Whose idea was this? Like, at this point, like, I don't even know if I want to live. Like, now I don't know if I want to continue on living. Can I watch another series? I'm for sure. If they come out with the part 2, I'm not watching. I can't take it. This show was so organ twisting. Literally. I'm disturbed. Like, this is disturbance. Now, before I watch this, I always look at reviews before I go into something to see if I would like it. I don't read the description or anything. I just look at the rating. So, like, whatever it's rated as. And this was rated 5 out of 10. So, it was like a toss-up. So, I was like, is it 5 out of 10 because folks being hard on it? Like, or is it really just trash? Right? But it's only 12 episodes. So I said, let me watch the first episode and give it a try. I was hooked. This is way above 5 over 10. We'll get a rating in a minute. This is above 5 over 10. What is this? This is about the King's Game is a game of death, essentially. Look, for example, you have one kid. I'm not going to say that. Somebody gets a text saying the King's Game is about to start with all your classmates. You have 24 hours to do each task. And whatever happens, something bad is going to happen. Right? So the King's Game is basically just designed to wipe out humanity. Now, the main character is named Nobaki. And that's it. So now we're going to spoiler season. Like, I'm not going to even waste no time. Like, that's it. If that's something you want to see, if you want to see some deaths, some gut-wrenching deaths, and humans stabbing each other in the back and all that, then this is for you. Now, spoiler season. Let's get right into it. So, Nobaki, high school kid, and we find out, because the way it starts out is that, oh God, I could feel it. You know, have you ever like start crying or you're emotional and you could just feel the tears while I circulate down? This is too much. I should have waited before I did this. Anyways, Nobaki's a high school kid. He's in this new high school. And you're wondering, like, why is he so quiet? Like, what's wrong with this kid? Like, this kid's, like, mad quiet in the corner. He don't want to talk to nobody. Like, girls are trying to shoot their shot. Dudes are trying to, like, come on to him and, like, yo, let's go play. Let's go do it. You know what I'm saying? And he's just like, nah. Like, leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, just leave me alone. And then that's when it happens. That's when the text gets sent out about the Kings game. And then like everybody's like, well, it didn't happen like that. It happened the next day, right? Because there was this girl named Natsuko who was like flirting with Nobaki. And the first order that came out the next day was whatever seat number she was in the class, she had to kiss Nobaki. Or Nobukun, we would call him. Nobukun. Had to kiss him. So they all thought he was a pervert. Like, bro, did you say this? Like, what's the Kings game? Like, what are you talking about?
A motherfucking, damn, ham, a fucking.
Like, what's going on? Did you send this? And so they're all like kind of like jumping him a little bit, like they go on his case. And she was like, "You have to do all this. Like, I will just kiss you anyway." Right? So, if I remember correctly, they get it done eventually, but the game has now started. So then it starts getting a little bit more serious. You know what I'm saying? Like these orders are like a little bit more serious. Like, oh, so and so have to have sex with so and so has to grip the breast of so and so. Like it's stuff like that. It's stuff that's these are not gonna be easy tasks for you to do. Imagine yourself in high school. You don't know all 30 kids in your class. You just have like a cool 1, 2, like 2, 3 friends per class. Like you keeping it pushing, if that. So like to make people, strangers essentially, do these things, it's difficult. It's tough. It's not just like kissing stuff too. Like it's like you gotta kill something you love. Like you gotta, like it's just, bro, this joint is just so trife. And to like see the breakdown of what happens when chaos is in like a civil situation, it gets chaotic. And like you would think like, oh well, duh, but like that's not the case, because if everybody just works together, you could get through it. But how can you tell somebody to work together when they're all strangers? Because that's when the paranoia comes in and the trust comes in. So then we find out that Nobaki has been through this game already. So at 30 kids in his old school, he was the one that survived. Through all the orders, all that, he survived. So that's why he was quiet in the beginning, because he knew that it had a chance of happening again to this new class that he was in. So during the anime, they did a good job of showing what happened to him in the past while he's playing this game as well, while these new people. And I think why it was so emotional is because the way they were developing these relationships with Nobaki, it was just like, you ain't trying to see nobody die, bro, because you still had those people who had hope, and then you had those people who were just like chaotic and was like, I'm gonna survive no matter what. So it was just a clash of like intentions. And then we find out that Natsuko, she survived too in her old high school. So she already knew the King's game, but she was just playing dumb in the beginning. And around like round 2 or 3, she turned evil. And so she started sabotaging people in the game, which led to more deaths, and it led to more mess, right? And so once this game starts, you cannot get out of it. If you try to get out of it midway, you're dead. So know what you're thinking. Oh, you get text to your phone about these orders. Just block the number. GG's, you're dead. Nigga, if you block the number, you're dead. Your phone goes out of service, you're dead. You can't get contacted, you're dead. There's no way out of it. You have to play. And it was just, bro, this song was just grueling. Like there was one order where it was like 12 o'clock. And for some reason, this order came a little later. And it was like Noya, who is Nobukun's best friend. It was like they were telling him that like you had to have sex with somebody. And they were in the hospital for some reason. I forgot why. They were in the hospital. It was Noya. Oh, snap. That was his first time. So this was a flashback to Nabaki's first time. So it was Noya and his girlfriend, Kimi, and Nobaki. And so like there's nobody around. So like what do you if he has to have sex with somebody, who's gonna have sex with? Kimi. So Nobaki basically throws them in a room and was like, bruh, you're going to have sex with my girlfriend. I don't care. I'm not letting you die. Like, get her done. You know what I'm saying? And so they whoop-de-whoop, like after a powerful scene, like Nobaki had to knock him out, and then Kimi basically had to rape dude. You know what I'm saying? And just get it done. Like, cause Noya was like, bro, you're my man. It's like, you're my brother. I'm not going to have sex with your girlfriend. But Nabaki's like, bro, we have to survive. You have to do what you gotta do. So it's just like, it's things like that, like the lengths that they were going to complete these challenges, and then you end up seeing them die at the end, was just like a roller coaster of emotions, but like the roller coaster just crashed at the end. So it's like, you're taking me on this journey like this, but I still just like, every single time, And like the scenes were just grueling, bro. Like that's not. These deaths were like, why? Who animated this? Like I'm talking about, you had dudes. The way Noya died might be one of the most disturbing deaths I've ever seen in my life. Like his knees. The challenge he died on was you roll a dice, whatever number that lands on, you pick that number of classmates to die. And ultimately, the roller dies too. So after he picks the classmates to die or whatever, they're dead. And then Noya has to die. So we're literally just watching this man die. And the ways you die are different. You could like get set on fire. Your bones can break. You could get decapitated. Like, it's just multiple ways. And like the way his knees were bending and arms were bending, neck snapped off, like
emotion.
this was growing. It was.
Oh damn it!
It was bad. It was bad. And so they found out that this virus basically happened like in an old village back in the day, and then it mutated. So it happened back in the day, but since it was back in the day, there was no cell phone, so it was like paper. So like I guess like, which I don't understand now. I'm thinking about like, how did they get the orders? I don't know. Maybe the orders just randomly happened. I don't know. And then it mutated, I guess, to digital. That's the only sus part. Like, I just don't understand. Like, I get it. Like, the King's virus is like a mutation of like data or something. But like, to me, like, I wish there was like a more concrete king. Like, we could see at least, like, bro, who is doing this? Are you just telling me that just straight data just killing these people? Like, come on, like that's just foul. That's just foul. And then like the way it dies, they explain like in your body and your cells that works. Like certain commands can cause your cells to do whatever, like to explode or whatever. Certain commands. So like all that to me, like how it led to like deaths and stuff, was kind of funky. You know what I'm saying? It was just kind of out there. It was just like, you're reaching. So this time at the end, I mean, he's doing everything he can to save as many people he can, and like I'm not recapping every single order and all that. They're too gruesome. It's just too gruesome for me to recap. If I do that, I'm end up breaking down crying. I'm not doing that. So I'm just gonna go straight to the end. The last mission, the second to last mission or order, was to make it to this temple. And this temple was like forever. It was like forever away. Like you would have to make it in this temple and run there. No transportation, nothing. And every 8 hours, someone dies. Whoever's in the last place, they die. So they're just booking. They're booking it. And Nabaki's like, throughout this whole process, like, he's trying to kill himself. Like, obviously, like, he's trying to sacrifice himself so that others can live. Because, like, if you just think about, he survived the first game. So that means he saw 30 people die. His best friend and his lover, both included in that. And then the second game, he's watching 30 more people die. And these are friends that he grew close to through this. So it's a lot. It's a lot for anybody. So it's about like, what, 5, 6, 8 people left in this part. And people are like backstabbing each other. And like, you already know Natsuko, she's being a pest. She's backstabbing folks too. And so, long story short, they finally get there. It was like, let's say 10 of them started the race. About like 7 of them actually got there. So Natsuko got there first because she's like a track star. She sabotaged 2 people. And then another girl just fell off a cliff because she was being stupid and not watching where she's going. So how many guys say? Alright, let's just say it was 8, and then 8 minus 3 is 5. So it's 5 people left. This one little kid, like, he just lost it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he looked up to Nabaki, and this one guy, he died already, and then, you know, he sees Nabaki trying to be strong, and he just lost it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he, like, knocked Nabaki out with, like, a rock, and then he was just lost in his own thoughts. Because the last order was, Jesus was sick about this show. Like, bro, listen to this last order. Last order is, you have to cut off limbs. Each classmate has to cut off a limb, and then you attach it to make a human body. What? So that means like one person cut off the right arm, one person got a left arm, one person got to do this, one person got to do this, and one person got to cut the head. And it's just like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, what? Who made this? Like, who sat here in the anime office and was like, this is a go. Like, let's put viewers through this. Because, like, and they said at the end, like, this is basically designed to wipe out humanity eventually through these games. Because only one person's going to live, and 30 people are going to die. Or 29 people are going to die. Anyways. And technically it's 30 because you're dying yourself. You're dying inside. You're watching people die.
Wow, that's pretty deep.
Even if you survive, it's survivor's guilt. Like, that's so he loses it. And so he chops off his own leg with the chainsaw because Natsuko found it randomly. How do you find a random chainsaw in the rooms? I don't know. It's stuff like that. It was just weird. So he cuts off his own leg and Natsuko helps him. He bleeds out to death. And then a shorty tried to attack Natsuko from behind. She missed. Natsuko basically kills her with the chainsaw. She bleeds out to death. So it's Nabaki, this girl named Riona, and Natsuko. And Riona likes Nabaki now. She's playing hard to get and everything. So it's basically a 2v1. But Nabaki was still trying to talk some sense into Natsuko, and they putting their minds together. Because every time someone dies, a letter will get sent to their phone. So a Japanese letter, right? Or a character, whatever you want to call it. And so they decipher the message at the end. And basically it was saying, the game will always continue unless all y'all die. Because as long as one person survives, that virus is going to stick with that person. And wherever they go, it's going to start the game over again. Right? So you all have to die. So in order to beat this, whoever has the virus has to die. So, Natsuko's basically like, F that, I'm not killing myself for humanity. She attacks Nabaki. She's choking him out, basically. She kicked Rihanna, so Rihanna's passed out. and she almost killed him. Like she almost had him you know what I'm saying? She was choking the mess out of him. And then here comes Rihanna out of nowhere, chainsaw, you know what I'm saying? Slice Natsuko up. Natsuko, GG. She's down. She dead. So now Rihanna is with Nabaki, and then they're like over here about a kiss or whatever. She's confessing his love. And I know here comes Natsuko, slices her shit. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't dead. She sliced her stuff, and then she died next to Nabaki.
No.
I'm wrong. Sorry. Natsuko sliced Nabaki's neck. So when it kind of showed Natsuko a little bit, and I had a feeling that this was going to happen, but instead of killing Rihanna, Natsuko killed Nabaki. So that was like a little twist. I was like, oh, snap, I wasn't expecting that. So they're both dead, basically. And so now it's Rihanna by herself. And then she threw like Nabaki's body into the sea. Like, bro, this is... I am just mentally damaged.
Emotional damage. Fuck!
Like, I'm just damaged. I don't know if I can recover from this. And like I said, I'm not describing all the orders, but that's what makes this show so, like, you have to lock in. Like, there were times where I'm just watching it and my mouth is just open. But, like, I don't even know that I'm watching it. Like, I'm just, like, kind of spaced out, looking like I'm just in there. I'm just like... Like, there was one time, like, something happened. I just started crying. I had no control over my tears. Like, it was just like... I think it was a scene where Nabaki was, like, trying to save somebody who was drowning. And then, like, he couldn't do it. And then he was going to drown himself. And then, like, everybody from his past came, like, in ghost form. And the sea was, like, trying to tell him to keep on pushing. And it just made me start crying. I cried, like, 6 times, bro. Like, I was so emotional. Because this was so much, bro. Like, this is... I'm just damaged. I'm damaged goods. I'm damaged goods. And I don't even want to give this a rating. Because I advise you don't watch it. Like, I don't think anybody should watch it. Because it's good. Like, besides the BS and, like, how it works. Like, okay, these people just dying. But, like, that's kind of, like, spooky. You just die looking at your phone? That's tough. But put that aside, the actual, like, production, the actual scenes, the storytelling, it's good. I can't lie. I cannot lie. This is good. I left this anime affected, emotionally damaged, hurt. It's good. So I have to give it like an 8.5. An 8. Probably an 8. I have to give it like an 8. It was good. This was a good show. Do I recommend you watch it? No. Not at all. Run far away. I took the bullet for you. This is me dying. I'm dead. Can I recover from this? I don't know. I don't know. I'll never be the same again. And I'm not watching a part 2 of that. I'm not watching more kids go through that. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm not. I just give kudos. Pat myself on the back for holding it together. Because I know if I went into like more detail, I would have broke down. Because this is just, I'm dead. I'm done. I'm done.